my name is Molly, and today I am here to tell you about the books I read in the month of November and the books I'm planning to read in the month of December. So, I read a total of 2 books in the month of November, which is kind of sad, but you know, slumps. And so I have more ambitious ideas for December, but it's already December 18th, so we'll see what happens. The first book I read in the month of November was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. This is the first book in the Percy Jackson series, and I finally got around to reading it, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a little weird because the main character is 12 years old, and I'm used to reading about like 16 to 18-year-olds, so that was a little bit of a change. I kept forgetting that he was 12, and so like he would do stupid things, and I'd be like, oh, you're like a 12-year-old boy, and then, you know, he is a 12-year-old boy, so yes, but I did really enjoy this. I ended up buying the box set of the new covers, and so I'm hoping to finish up the rest of the series soon. So if you don't know what this book is about, I don't know where you've been forever, but this book is about a boy, and he finds out he is the son of a god and a human, so he's a demigod, and he starts getting hunted by these monsters, so he has to go to this special camp, and he embarks on this quest, and he sets all these things in motion. And so it's a really good read. It got me really interested in Greek mythology. I actually started reading it because we were talking about Greek mythology and history. I'm going to continue on with the series and see what happens. The last book I read in the month of November was Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and this book, guys, this book is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. It is huge, and it was amazing, and I was scared that I was not going to enjoy this book as much because, you know, the Mortal Instruments characters are not the main focus, and it takes place so many years after, and it was just so weird to read because, like, I'm used to reading about Clary and Jason, Izzy and Simon, and in this book you see how their lives have moved on from City of Heavenly Fire, and it's just crazy. Like, it was just... And this was also one of those books that you shouldn't read in public if you're emotional like I am, because I was reading it on a plane and I started crying in the middle of the plane. This book was amazing. It takes place 8 years after City of Heavenly Fire, I believe, and so you follow Emma and Julian and all the Blackthorns in the Los Angeles Institute. There are so many Blackthorns, guys. Like, I was so scared I wasn't gonna get them all down, but eventually I did. This book is bigger than City of Heavenly Fire, and it's only the first book in the series, which is crazy to me, but I loved it so much, and I can't wait for Lord of Shadows. It left on such a cliffhanger, and like, if you guys have read this, please talk to me about it, because I need someone to fangirl with, because none of my other friends have read it yet, so... Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the books I want to read in December. So the first book I want to read is The Walled City by Ryan Graden. Now, I didn't realize this is the same author that wrote Wolf by Wolf, which I heard really good things about. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read Wolf by Wolf. But I'm currently 243 pages into this book. It is really interesting so far. It's different from anything else I've read. I'm just going to read you the little blurb here. Run fast, trust no one, and always carry your knife. So basically that is what this story is about. That's this kind of story. It kind of reminds me of Legend a little bit. Basically there's this city of like vagrants and gangs and drugs and everything bad, prostitutes, like it's just bad. It's bad to live in the city, and you follow these 3 perspectives. One is a prostitute, one is a vagrant, and one is an undercover vagrant. Like, he's pretending to be a vagrant, he's not really. You follow these 3 different stories, and it's really interesting so far. That's all I'm really going to tell you, because you should go into this kind of blind. But yeah, so far I'm liking what I'm reading, so I can't wait to continue on. Alright, so the next book I'm planning on reading is Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. This is the second book in the Darkest Minds series. I actually wanted to pick this book up. My friend inspired me because she has just finished reading the entire series, and she's like, oh my god, you have to read it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was kind of sad after the end of the Darkest Minds, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Those of you that have read it know the pain. The Darkest Minds is a book about this group of kids, and they all have different powers because of this plague that swept through the nation, and they are on the run from like a concentration camp type thing. They're trying to get them back. They're trying to get these kids to work for the government because they have these special abilities, and so this is the second book in that installment, following all the crap that went down in the first book. So that's some crazy crap. So I can't wait to continue on with this series. The next book I have is Tales from Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare and Friends. I actually went to the launch for this and I This is a collection of short stories from Simon's point of view because Simon is training to be a Shadowhunter. He's at Shadowhunter Academy at the moment. This is his journey through there, making his new friends and trying to remember who he was as this hero. Early in the year I started reading them. I think I got down to like having 3 left, but I think I'm just gonna go through and reread all of the stories because I kind of forget what happens in some. It's bigger than I thought it would be. This is going to be such a fun read, and I miss all my babies, so I'm excited to see them again in this book. The last book I want to read in the month of December is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Percy Jackson series, and I just talked to you about the books, so I'm not going to talk about them again, but I can't wait to continue on with this series. Alright guys, that's it. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're planning to read any of these books. I hope you guys have a great December / Christmas / Hanukkah / New Year / whatever you do in the month of December. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next video. So that's it for this video, guys. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!